Hello everybody and welcome back. Today I'm going to teach you how to do a throwing knife just like in Call of Duty. So, as you saw in the final result, you can use your throwing knife to destroy actors. But you can only destroy one, because that's how it is in Call of Duty. And yeah, you have this nice looking knife that is going to be like a projectile, and it is going to fall and rotate after the velocity and all that stuff. So let me show you how you can create it. It's not such a big deal, it's actually really small blueprint, even the knife is small. Okay, so let's start. Here what I have is an input action mapping. So in order to get one of these, go to edit, project settings, let it load, go to input. Make sure you don't get an axis mapping, you get an action mapping. Click on this plus sign right here, name it and give it a key. Mine is binded to E. Okay. So then, just get that into the event graph. So mine is use. If you have here like you see pause and it has use as well, set use field of view. Make sure you go to input, action events and get use. Okay, then out of pressed, we want to get spawn actor from class. I think that's it. So spawn actor from class, yeah. Okay, here just plug in your blueprint, your actor. Okay, just create one and plug it in there so you have it. And what you need to do here is to get an arrow. Okay, let me edit something right here a bit fast. Okay, so here you're going to need to have an arrow which is going to be attached to the camera and it is going to point in the front of your character. Okay, so why you want to do that is because you need to get the world location of it and the forward vector of it. Okay, let me delete this. Okay, so you're going to need to get the arrow world location and plug it into the spawn transform location and get the forward vector and plug it into the spawn transform rotation. I think you could even use camera. I'm not as sure if you could or not, but you better make sure that you have there an arrow and not just use the camera. Okay, so I have here some errors, so let me just delete this. Okay, sorry for that. Good. So as I've said, spawn the actor right here, and at first what you'd have here is a spawn transform, I think. So spawn actor from class, and you have here a spawn transform. If you'd like to save some space, you could go here, right click and split struct pin. Or what you can do, you can get here make transform, and it's the same thing, but you're going to save some space. Okay, so this is how you spawn it, that's all. Then here is the knife, which is a little bit trickier. So let me create another blueprint, another actor, and let me show you what you'll need to do. So I'm going to get here a cube, if I have one, but I don't have one because my engine is messed up. Okay, so here you'll probably have like a special static mesh. Okay, and your projectile movement, as you'll see a little bit later. But in order to make your actor so it bounces, you will need to delete the default scene root, but you can't just delete it, okay? You'll need to get your static mesh and drag it on top of the default scene root and just let it go. So this way you're going to get rid of it. Okay, so I don't need this blueprint, so I'm just going to delete it right now. Okay, so back to the knife one. So here what I have is my cube, my static mesh. Then I have an arrow right here, which is attached, and a box which is as well attached to the static mesh, to the cube. And one thing that I want to say about the root once again, make sure you're not going to mess up like this, the rotation, the location and all the stuff, because you cannot rotate or move. As you can see here, you can only edit the scale. Okay, so make sure you get them in the right position. Okay, so here we have our projectile movement. Here we need to do some changes, some big changes actually. So let's go to the initial speed and to the max speed as well. Mine is 2500 and then I have 3000. You can edit these values as much as you want, so they are going to fit your game or whatever you want to use them with. And yeah, then you'll need to check rotation follows velocity. The reason why you need to do that, so it looks a lot better. As you can see here, the projectile is not going to rotate itself, it's just going to stay like this. So this is why it would be good to check that. As you can see right here. Okay, then I think this is default here, and here at projectile gravity scale, again you can edit these values, but mine is 2.5. And here at projectile bounces, you need to check should bounce angle affects friction. Make the bounciness pretty small, only if you'd like it to bounce like a lot of times, as you can see. Okay, but I would not recommend that, so I think it was 0.1. Yeah. Then make the friction pretty big, so it won't slide, because if this would be 0 and I would unplug it from here, as you can see, it is just going to slide like it's on ice, and the little bug right here. Okay, so back to our blueprint. So again, this is 3, and the bounce velocity stop whatever says there, simulating threshold, just let that to be the default value. Okay, so the only problem with this is that after hitting an actor, it is going to go like this. I don't know how to do that, but again, you just need to just play a little bit with these values and you should fix that. Okay, good. Then here we had this box and we need to use on component hit. So what is it going to do? Actually, I did not use that. Interesting. Okay, so then what we're going to use is the actual static mesh, and we are going to use on hit component. Here we are going to cast to our character, so make sure you have a special character. Usually in templates they come with a character, like let's say third person character, the first person, all the stuff. So just cast to it, and from cast failed you'd like to do once and use the destroy actor to the other actor. Okay, so why you don't want to use the first execution pin and you want to use the cast failed? Because this way your character would get destroyed at some point. Okay, as you can see, my character just got destroyed. I cannot move my mouse as well. So you don't want to do that. You want only if the cast failed. Okay, then you want to have here the ones. So it is only going to destroy one. If you would not have to do once, then you could destroy multiple things at once, as you can see. So this is again personal preference if you want to do that accurate. And by the way, you should not use this to destroy, you should use characters, but not your character, okay? Because in Call of Duty you can't destroy like props and stuff, you just can kill people. And you should not destroy them, you should maybe enable a ragdoll and things like that. Okay, so yeah, this is pretty much all for this tutorial as well. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial and that you liked it. I hope as well that you learned something new from this tutorial. And if you did, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, it really means a lot to me. And guys, until next time, goodbye.